Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to see you all. You know, I've been thinking about our unit this month, which is water, and I've also been thinking about the Yontif that's coming up, the holiday that's coming up, which is Pesach. On Pesach, we make sure not to eat anything that rises. And I was thinking about things that we put into water that rises, and I thought of an experiment that we can do to see how does, well, what do we put, well, let's start again actually. What do we put into bread that makes it rise? Every time we make challah, we make our special challah with our moms, we put in yeast, and yeast helps the bread to rise. That's chametz. We can't eat it on Pesach. But I want to know what makes our yeast rise the best. What kind of water is the best kind of water for the yeast to rise? So with me over here today, I have 3 cups. In this cup, you can see there are ice cubes in it. So what does that tell you about the water? Is it hot or cold? Yeah, if it has ice in it, it's gonna be cold. Over here, I have water, and it's hard for you to see maybe at home, but there is steam coming out of it, and you can see the condensation on the side of the glass because the hot water is making little droplets against the side of the glass. This water is boiling hot. And this water is warm. It's not cold. It's not boiling hot. It's right in the middle. It's warm. Now, we want to make sure this experiment is going to be whatever we put into these cups are going to be the same, because already we have the waters are different, so we want everything else to be the same. So I'm going to take my yeast over here, and my yeast, I'm going to put in 2 teaspoons of yeast into every cup. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Now, let me tell you a secret. There is something that helps the yeast to rise. Yeast likes to have sugar. That makes yeast work better. So for each cup, I'm going to put in sugar. Should I put different amounts in every cup? No, because then we wouldn't know what is making the yeast work the best. Everything has to be exactly the same in order for us to do this experiment. We want to know which one makes the yeast work the best, and so we need to do everything exactly the same. And I'm going to take 1 for this cup, 1 for this cup, and 1 for this cup. Now, I'm going to stir each cup exactly the same way. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, this kind of experiment needs time. So I'm going to set my clock, and I'm going to wait 15 minutes. I'm going to pause the video now. And when I come back, it's going to be 15 minutes. And we're going to see what happened to the yeast. Does the yeast work best in freezing cold water? Does it grow best in boiling hot water? Or does it do best right in the middle, in warm water? Let's find out in 15 minutes. Hi everyone, we're back here, and let's take a look at our experiment. Now if you can see, this one was our hot one. Do you see how nothing is growing? When it is hot, the yeast cannot grow. It totally dies. There is nothing growing in my boiling hot water container. The yeast totally died. This one is my freezing cold one. Now, if you can see on top, I'm going to show you. No, I'm not showing you. There we go. There's a little bit of bubbles coming up. Not very much, but some. When it is freezing cold, it doesn't grow very much, but it can grow a little. This one is my warm one. And look at that. Look at how much. Look on this side. Look at how much it grew. And it's still growing. It didn't finish yet. When it's warm, that's the best for the yeast. The yeast loves it like that. And I'm going to show you the top also. Look at all the pretty bubbles on the top. That's my yeast right there. It is bubbling and it's still going. So which kind of water is the best for the yeast? If I'm making bread with my mom, what kind of water should I use for my yeast? Should I use boiling hot? No. Boiling hot makes it die. It will not work with boiling hot water. What about freezing cold water? Well, it will still work a little bit, but will it be the best? No, it won't be the best, but it won't kill it. It can still work with cold water. What about warm water? Yes, warm water is the best. If I want my bread to grow very big and fluffy, I want the water to be warm water. You can try this experiment at home. Get 3 cups, 3 different kinds of water, and some yeast. Let your mom help you to do this, and you can see for yourself which kind of water the yeast grows the best in. And maybe you can think of something else to do too. Take a picture of it and send it to me. I want to see what you did with your experiments. Bye. See you soon.